As a refresher, you might be asking yourself, hey, what's an enterprise agreement? It's a 3-year contract that locks in the price of Microsoft products and services, such as Microsoft Server products. Think Windows Server, think SQL Server, as well as Microsoft 365 services. Think Microsoft 365 E3, E5, Business Premium, Exchange Online, etc. Beginning on November 1st of this year, Microsoft is removing all of the discount pricing for the online services for commercial organizations, not government, education, or federal government yet, but removing the discount pricing for commercial organizations and EAs and something else known as MPSA, Microsoft Products and Services Agreements. This is a big deal. This didn't get as much press as I was expecting last week. I was paying attention to the news channels. I think they're more focused on some geopolitical news. But this is a big deal out there. Microsoft's had 4 different pricing levels for enterprise agreements for years, heck, for decades. They're known as levels A, B, C, and D, and the discount level goes up as you go from A to D, and it's usually aligned with the company's size, number of users. Larger organizations are going to be in the B, C, or D levels, and again, with discounts in increasing for each level. By removing this discounted pricing and everybody basically being at level A the same, this is a massive announcement that just completely changes the construct of whether or not an enterprise agreement, an EA, or an MPSA is the right fit for an organization. Microsoft has titled this pricing consistency. In fact, the article is titled Microsoft Online Services Pricing Consistency Update. And what Microsoft's been talking about for years and has been implementing is a pricing consistency model that goes across server products, Microsoft 365 products, regardless of the acronym that we've got for licensing, EA, MPSA, and the list goes on. Now, you might be asking about Azure. Well, ironically, Azure's had pricing consistency for years. You may have noticed this as you've priced out Azure and got pricing quotes for Azure from various organizations. There isn't really a discounting model for Azure. Azure is included in enterprise agreements, but it's had a pricing consistency model for quite some time. It's nice now, other online services and products such as Microsoft 365 and server products and so on are going to have pricing consistency models. And I do need to make sure that this is, I'm clear on this. When I'm talking about Windows Server, SQL Server, these are more for the subscriptions in the CSP model and are in the online services realm. Pricing really isn't changing for on-premise pricing where you're buying the old school Microsoft Windows Server product that's just licensed for a on-premise server. This is really for these changes are really focused on the online services world.